Jason Perrin. I'm the proud owner of a 1975 Bricklin. It's a sports car that was built in Canada in 74 to 76, and it's pretty unique to the automotive world. It was one of the first cars with the gull-wing doors. They began building them in 1974, but unfortunately in late 1975 they went into receivership, and by 1976 they were done. The car that I own was built in 1975, serial number 2598. They built about 2,800 cars, and estimates right now are about 1,700 cars still running. The good thing with these cars is that as they went into receivership, there were a lot of parts still available and are still available. The engine in it is a 351 Windsor engine, which is quite a common Ford engine, and the running gear is from AMC. Again, reproduction parts are quite readily available. The car is a two-seater sports car, rear wheel drive. Its proper name is Bricklin SV-1, SV-1 standing for Safety Vehicle 1. It had several innovative features at that time, including side impact beams, integrated roll cage, and it didn't come with a cigarette lighter or ashtray, so no smoking allowed. Interior is pretty basic, you know. It's got all the gauges that you would need. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have the original radio, but other than that, it's quite stock and original. Seats are in fantastic shape for their year. I've seen many that have cracked and ripped by now. All the interiors of these cars were all the same, this sand tan color. Has flip-up headlights. That's another unique feature, again borrowed from or copied from the Corvette. No back seat, so 2 passengers only. Yep. Again, getting out is interesting. Operation of the door is by push button up and down, and a locking feature, so nobody can test them for you, I guess. Plenty of area for golf clubs and luggage for 2. Again, the rear bumper is 5-mile-an-hour crash rated bumper. It is also the air tank for the air doors. The air is stored in the back bumper. Originally, the doors were hydraulic when they were first built, but the pressure from the hydraulic system was too much for the door frames and was bending doors. It was subsequently converted to air, which is much smoother and can cycle many more times without the compressor having to come on. I had upgraded the hydraulic door system to the air system. There's kits readily available for that. It was an easy plug-and-play kind of thing, made the doors much more reliable. Other than that, it's pretty much stock and original. It has had a repaint. The original colors, it originally came in 5 colors: white, tan, green, orange, and red. And the body color was impregnated into the acrylic sheets. So there was, if any scratches occurred during production, they could easily be buffed out. Again, they had difficulty and issues with the acrylic sheets. One, that they were flat before they were put in the molds, and they didn't get good bonding between the acrylic sheet and the fiberglass, so there were separation issues. Also, the flat sheets had memory and wanted to go back to flat, so some of the body lines would flatten out and wouldn't have the nice curves. This one has been repainted due to fading. It's a good 20-foot paint job. It looks good from 20 feet. I first saw one of these cars when I was 6 years old. My father worked for the New Brunswick government, and 2 of these cars were donated for transportation museums in Canada. And one day, while dubbing around at his work, he said, "You want to see something neat?" Being a kid, sure you do. So he took me back and he showed me 2 brand new examples of the Bricklin that were going to museums. From that time, I'd always thought about having some kind of sports car, you know, dreaming as a kid, I guess. And then this opportunity came along. I purchased this car in Georgia in 2008. It's been in my garage pretty much, well, it's been in the garage all its life, only taking it out 1 or 2 weekends a year. You know, taking it out is sometimes quite an affair. I don't get to drive it too far. Just taking it out of the garage and parking it in the driveway gets some attention. Someone always stops by. At stoplights or stop signs, there's always somebody pulling up to you. If I ever turn around in a parking lot, I'm swarmed. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's a unique car, and nobody gets to see one. Everybody thinks it's a DeLorean, or they think it's a Ferrari. You know, it's Ferrari red, so makes sense. Originally, the original price was supposed to be around $4,000, but quickly rose to $7,000 and then $9,000 for a new car in 1975, which was a huge sum at that time. It had a quick downturn, I guess, in that not many of them were sold. There were issues with production. Originally they started with an AMC engine, which Detroit could not supply enough, so they went with the Ford Windsor engine. There was also difficulty with fitment of the body panels. The body panels are acrylic over fiberglass, and they had about a 50% rejection rate early on, which again, costs for production skyrocketed. They originally wanted to ramp up to building 1,000 cars a month, and in their best month they built 400. So I don't want to say it's one of the worst cars, but it has a reputation, which is why I love it. The cars were built, like I said, to compete with Corvette and the muscle cars of that era. In fact, in 1975, Car and Driver did an article comparing the Corvette and the Bricklin. If you read the article and believe everything you read, you can see that the Bricklin won out over the Corvette. In 2003, Canada, being proud of their transportation heritage, developed a commemorative coin with a gold stamped Bricklin on its front.